Yo, what is good? My anniversary. What is good, yo? So, we have a very, very interesting conclusion, seeing how Sword Art has come to an end, and I honestly didn't think anything of it in the grand scheme of like where they're gonna go afterwards. Um, It looks like Sword Art has a good idea of where they're going afterwards. Man, holy crap. I was not expecting this at all. Um, so, with how Sword Art gets down, they wanted to flex on us just a little bit. They're like, hold on, why not show these guys we're the best of the best, right? Like, let's just showcase why we'll be back, why we'll be better, why our show is fire. And they pretty much gave it to us like this. Space is now a thing in the underworld after all this time has passed, and for some odd reason, they were capable of gaining the power of this giant, like, mythical demon that was targeted on our girls. So, out of everything to take out of this, for some reason, the people that Kimito know are already under addressed and under attack for whatever has happened. And that kind of coincides with there being another Kimito in this world, and maybe him just not wanting any of them to exist or to give him any type of hope, backup, anything along those lines. Um, but I really don't know at this point, right? Like, I honestly could not tell you why or what is going to happen, and I think that's the best part that's coming out of this is not only is Alice back, but whatever the heck they just fought seems like um seems like it was something that could easily be defeated by the level of power that they have achieved. And if that is the case, where is the next power scaling gonna go, right? Like, how far of, difficulty is these monsters going to achieve once um, they know how strong Kimito is? How are you gonna raise the power level up to him to be able to even put him in a spot where he has to worry about anything? So that's kind of my whole spiel on why it feels like this was kind of just dropped on us. I mean, sure, there could be hints of this already in, the source material that this came from and whatnot. But for me, it feels like, okay, well, here's some time with Alice. Now that that time's up, be ready for anything next season because we're just getting started. This virtual world stuff can never really be stopped in the grand scheme of there's so many different things they can end up doing. Why not continue to push the envelope and see just where all of this ends up? It's just how it feels, right? Like, that's 110% what it feels like they're doing at the end of the day, which I have no problem with. I just hope the story and all of the narrative points hit good and they actually do well to give us a conveying story. um, Seeing Alice go through all this real world stuff and go against Kimito and just, pretty much showcase that the love she was talking about was Kimito, clearly. And hearing that he wanted to bring Asuna along for the ride into the underworld was definitely something she didn't want to hear, right? Like, she did not want to hear Asuna's name. Oh, he shattered. That was sick. Um, she didn't want to hear that. Like, why do you need to bring her if you got me? I mean, I could handle anything she could handle, supposedly. It's how I kind of took her reaction. Um, but, of course, they had to do something like that. It wouldn't be a sword art show without him making sure the new girls understand who the real girl is at the end of the day that he's looking forward to getting with. So I like that. You know, keep it 100, keep it a buck, because last thing we need is Kimito literally trying to mate with a robot. All right, like she is full blown mechanical body. Sure, she has the personality of Alice that we know and that clearly has grown up with Kimito, but for him to try to be with her doesn't make any sense, especially if it was outside of their world where she doesn't even really feel like she has flesh and blood, right? Like, at least in her own world, she has that stuff. In our world, she has to be a mechanical robot that we saw holding the cord of life or something down low, which I don't know exactly where that's going to play a role in. It seems like that may have been the thing to send the coordinates or whatever to Alice, because of after it's done, it then like kind of registers to Kimito's computer somewhat, and seems like it may have breached into his database, which I don't know how much of a role that can play, but it could be bad. It could be really bad. So I'm just interested in seeing what they're gonna do with this series as a whole. To me, it could have ended here. It could have ended in the first season. It could have ended a long, long, long time ago, or whenever it felt like. But it feels like now that we know that Kimito is going to return, I need to just know how y'all are feeling about it. What do you expect? And do you like it? Do you hate it? Because I know a lot of people want the Black Swordsman to not exist anymore, but you know, sometimes you can't get what you want. Sometimes you're just gonna get the complete polar opposite, and he's going to live on forever because they're looking for all the types of battles. And this is another thing where it kind of was like Gun Gale, where the people are just like, why is that guy using a sword in a gun game? And instead of a gun game, it was like, why is he using a sword against a giant monster in space? Not only that, why are they capable of flying in space without needing oxygen? You know, these are the things the people inside of these spaceships didn't ask, but I asked it for them, so you're welcome. But yeah, overall, man, I really do look forward to seeing more Sword Art in the future and what they're going to do with all this white swordsman, the new side of Kimito that has all the knowledge of 2000 or 200 years, and where does it put him in the eyes of all the people that, you know, probably have been dealing with it, probably have been seeing the white swordsman, if he is a big part of this whole, you know, giant monster in space thing. Why does this thing even exist? Who sent it on them? Because it clearly seemed like they were in a battle with it, not just, oh, we bumped into it and this and that. No, it seemed like someone almost sent it on them. So I hope everybody's having a good day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I chose ice because of Kimito's ice sword. Don't judge me. It was just a quick idea. Alright, everybody. Take care and peace.